Start streaming. See if anything. Okay. I can see myself on the thing. It's a little bit delayed, but that's to be expected. Is it showing up on your end? Alright.
There is a delay, so I'm waiting for your copy.
Do you hear any music in it?
I heard a little, but I didn't know if that was you.
Yeah. Trying to figure out, because last stream people were saying that the music was too loud, but I want to make sure it's audible.
The audio quality, like your voice is really good. There's a way to turn you up a little bit.
Uh-huh. Let's see.
Yeah, I hear the music now.
Okay. Audio, let's see, the microphone's already about as loud as it can get without peaking. Let's see. Alright, so now if I switch over to the Blender scene, there will be quite a delay. But let's see if it switches over. Okay. Switch over to that. At least on my end.
I see. You're talking about Blender? See Blender?
Yeah. See Blender? Now, let's see if it switches over to DaVinci.
I think everything so far is good. I think.
Running smooth. Okay, that's good to go. Good to know. Now if I switch over to my little funky graphics. There we go. Let's see. Let me, real quick, I'm going to turn off the music so I can actually hear what the stream sounds like. I don't think I hear the fan.
You what?
I don't think I hear the fan.
Okay,
There's a good.
I don't hear it either.
I think the music helps
Yeah.
get that, because the fan's kind of going to be like... Yeah, I can hear it a little when I turned off the music, but as long as I keep the music on.
I don't know if you care, but I can see your keyring.
Yes.
For your coffee, I can see your mug. I can see your paper cup. I can
Yes.
see,
I see all those as well. Okay.
temperature.
That is, let's see. I can move the camera.
From our view, that's what you can see.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I can move the camera like this. The only thing is,
what helps with shadow? What if that works?
let's see. Turn it on again?
Because there's a shadow from
From this on the wall back here.
So I
Yeah.
turn this off.
Yeah, I think it works. Like, are you still able to like see all the stuff you're doing without the light on?
I should be fine.
I was gonna say, because I don't want to destroy your eyes or anything. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah.
Actually, like, yeah.
I was gonna say, if you need the light on, you can turn it on. It's not a deal breaker or anything.
Actually, I do think the lamp, it gives you a little bit more light on
You
your
can
face.
see it's, yeah. Yeah, and okay, I can lean forward to be in the blender. Or actually, let's see. I can. Nope. Come on.
Yeah, that shade on your
I'm
face.
just gonna move. Let's see. I've completely forgotten how to crop. Okay, I need to turn off the audio because now the music is competing with the music I'm hearing in my ear. And because what I want to do is I want to move this so I can see my face a bit more. How do you crop? I know there's got to be a way to crop. Maybe it's not. Surely it's not double click, right? Come on. Nope, definitely not that. Oh, it might be shift. Nope, not shift. Shift looks weird. Nope. Alt? Alt. We found it. We have found it. So now have it positioned the way that looks. Do I need to change that? Yes, I do need to change that on this one. Is my picture slightly different in these? Yes. Do I care? No. Alright, so I can just look at the camera over here when I'm talking at first. A little introduction. Switch over to Blender, do the fun stuff. And then if we have time, hop over to DaVinci for... Yeah, stream quality seems pretty good. Doesn't look like... Video quality is good. I'm like surprised / impressed with the quality because the internet's hit or miss. I know, but I did like a speed test thing, like to see how high I could stream it. It's decent. It's pretty decent thing because like I'm looking at Blender right now and it looks great. Oh wait, I should probably, yes, that's a good point. So for this, why don't I? Maybe this will look a little weird. Just want to. Oh wait, am I on? No. So I want to be on Blender. Just squeeze you up. There you go. Now I'm not. Now you don't see my browser while I'm on a different thing. Don't want to do the same for DaVinci. Yes, I do. I think it's small enough. Oh yeah. Go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I might. Let's see. I'll make a little post promoting it. See, I could go like live at like 1, make it nice and clean. You know, I think I'll do that. I will get everything else.
Is there a way to send out like a mass message like, hey?
That's what I'm about to do. Make a post. Hello everyone. It has been a minute. I'm aware, since I've done anything. It's been a while since we've streamed. It's been a while since I've posted a video, and I'm working on other videos. I've got stuff working that I'm working on, but it's not near done yet, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging for forever. So after the Flash video, I think I realized that I want to prioritize, like, I don't want to just rush a video for the sake of getting it out, but I also don't want to leave you guys hanging for months at a time like I just drop out the face of the earth. So I'm going to try to live stream more. It might be a good balance between quantity and quality, so I can live stream, make something fun in the moment, and then save the videos, so I can actually work on them, put effort, put time into them. Let them cook, as they say. But anyway, we got let's see, 7 people watching. It's pretty good. Yeah, so the plan today, so last time we streamed was really fun, but there wasn't a plan. We were just kind of winging it, just kind of doing whatever. But today, I'm a man with a plan. I've got an actual plan for what I'm going into. So we are going to be trying to recreate the look from the new Spider-Man show, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that just came out. Really good show. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. I will probably not be spoiling anything. I will try to avoid. I might give my thoughts, but just in a very general sense. But it has a very, very unique look. It's a cel-shaded 3D look, which a lot of people were not a big fan of. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's a better version of what they were trying to do with the MTV Spider-Man, the one with who played him? Neil Patrick Harris. That's a little fun fact. But yeah, that show, that looked rough, but they were trying to go for a comic look, but it was early 2000s, so the technology was not quite there. This show, I think, does it pretty well. I think the show actually looks really good. I know in the trailer, like when we were just seeing teasers and trailer, everyone was just dogging on the look of the show, but the show actually looks good. I think we need to talk to whoever made the trailer for it, whoever was in charge of the marketing, because they specifically chose the worst shots to show off the look of it. But the show actually looks really good at times. But yeah, we're going to try to recreate that in Blender. So let us hop on into Blender. Here is where the magic shall begin. Alright, let's make a new file, and as is custom for the ritual, we will sacrifice the cube to appease the Blender gods. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to find, I've got a 3D model. So on Mixamo, they've got a, where is it? What am I looking for? Trying to find the model think it might be this one. Let's import that. There we go. It's got this mannequin model, which, proportion-wise, looks pretty similar to Spider-Man. So, I think first of all, I don't want it in that pose, so I will be deleting that rig, which makes it ginormous. Alright, so I'm going to scale that by point, I think 0.1. There we go. Rotate it on the x-axis, 90 degrees. Alright, here we are. We have got our Spider-Man right here. So, first of all, let's see. What order do I want to tackle this? I think first of all, what I should do is I'm going to hit A and get some reference images. I think, you know what, let's just get this. Again, bring that down the Y so it's kind of more in the background. Here are the different suits we got. So I think for the sake of this stream, I'm going to try to recreate this one, the Future Foundation suit, or in this show, it's the Osborn suit. I think this is the classic one is the best. I think it looks really good in the show, but it's got webs. It's got webs. There is no way I'm hand painting all these webs on a live stream. It's just not happening. So I think we're gonna try to recreate the Osborn suit. All right. First of all, the mannequin is a little skinny. So I think I want to especially like beef up his arms and his legs. There are different ways I could go about this. Let's see. I think we're gonna try using some displacement. So we don't actually need this modifier anymore. So I'm going to add a displace modifier. And that automatically is gonna beef him up a little bit, but it's inflating everything, especially I'm looking at the fingers right there, which we don't want. So in weight paint mode, weight paint, I'm going to, okay, we also don't need any of these vertex groups. I'll probably rig them again after we've done everything, but I don't want these to mess up what I'm trying to do. So let's just, there we go. No one, and I will add this, I will call it displace. Alright, so nice modeling, thank you. I didn't model it myself. This is a pre-made model from Mixamo. But yeah, we're going to be modifying it. So anyway, I think we're going to use the gradient tool, and that is the opposite. Let's see, Control Z. Bring it up like that. So that's going to get everything. Because I feel like we don't want the head to be too bulky. Then I'm going to change the type to where's subtract? There we go, subtract. Just going to use the gradient. Can I mirror it with that? That does not do anything. Good to know. Anyway, get rid of these. And probably don't want the legs too much. Then in the modifiers, I'm going to add our vertex group. Boom. So now we're just kind of beefing up his midsection without worrying too much about the hands and feet. And speaking of the feet, this model has toes, which we do not want for a Spider-Man suit. So I think we're going to go to sculpt mode, and I'm going to smooth these out. Views, nope, I don't want to view that. There we go. And I'm just going to bring up that size, and we'll just kind of some, maybe flatten at this point. I don't want this little toe nubby thing. Alright, now did on both, but now the feet are a little bit too. So I think I'm going to go to top view and then just kind of, is that doing? Nope. No, I don't want to flatten. I want to grab and just kind of bring out the feet a little bit more. That looks a little bit teensy bit more. I think think that looks pretty good. Maybe raise it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking how that looks. Alright. So let's see. What should we do next? Do we move on to materials? Or you know what, I'm gonna make the eyes. Do I want to do the eyes as their own separate object, or have that be a part of? No, I think I will. I think I will try having the eyes be their own object. So I'm going to Shift A, add a plane. RX90. There we go. That down. Just gonna bring that forward a little bit. Alright. So now, oops, wrong tab. Here we go. Alright, so now I'm gonna go into edit mode. Actually, real quick, I'm going to add a subdivision surface. Please don't explode my computer. There we go. Alright. So, let's see, I should bring my reference over here just a little bit. Scale it up so it's the same size. And we can, yeah, it looks pretty good. So now I can get a better idea of what I want to be doing. So, I'm gonna go down like this. I want to be subdividing, or do I want to try extruding and then I can fill them in? Yeah, let's try that. Alright, I'll delete those vertices. So now I can go E. Those. Alright. I think this should be a little bit sharper, so I'm going to subdivide that and subdivide that. I want to make sure I'm getting the look pretty close, so this will need to go up closer. It's going to go down. How does that look? Looks pretty good. Alright, so now we need to fill these in. So I'm going to select 3, hit F, these 3, F. It's going to be some atrocious topology, but I do not care. If F, and then F. Alright. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's right. Okay. So we've got this. What happens if I take this up? Okay. I think maybe I'll... Yeah, okay. I'm going to apply that subs. Oh, yeah, because I'm in edit mode. I'm going to apply that. How's that? Equally atrocious topology, but again, we do not care about that sort of thing here. We are not the topology police. Alright, so I think I'm going to try to... Nope. Going to add... Let's do a shrink wrap to get this on the thing. I want the wrap method to be project. And the target will be this. So now that looks pretty not great. Pretty not great. No, I don't want the limit. Let's see, offset, tiny bit. Okay, that looks. There we go. Is this where our atrocious topology will come back to bite us? That is the question. That is the question. But the nice thing is I can kind of move it around. Alright. I think I'm also. let's see, I'm gonna add a mirror, but this will be before the shrink wrap, and the mirror object will be this. Alright. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know that, see, maybe we shouldn't have applied those things, but c'est la vie, because I feel like the shape is not quite, it's not quite there. Maybe it's a bit more round up here. No, it doesn't feel like, maybe it's got to be sharper over here. I don't know, what are we thinking? Let's see. Bring that down a bit, because we want it to be really sharp. While I'm working on this, for those who have seen it, what were y'all's thoughts on Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? I loved it. I think it's still a little early. Hasn't had a ton of time to sit, but maybe it's recency bias, but I'm thinking it's a top 3 Spider-Man show. It's not spectacular. It's not quite spectacular. But nothing is, nothing's going to be spectacular. It's not fair that we try to hold it up to that standard. And I think if I had to rank top 3 Spider-Man shows, it's Spectacular is number 1, obviously. I think that can be generally agreed upon. Then you got the 90s animated show, and then this one. I don't think it's quite surpassed the 90s show yet. The 90s show it's kind of a mixed bag. It's really good. It's really good. It's got some of the best, like, it just feels like classic Spider-Man. Like, I know they make some liberties, especially with like Electro. They completely changed his origin. And like with the symbiote, they changed some of the stuff from the comics. But it's all in a way that like feels like classic Spider-Man. Like the visual language of that show, like all the designs, all the costumes look very, very classic. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright, are we at the point where we are moving on to shading? Shading is fun. Shading is really fun. It might be one of my favorite parts of 3D. Alright. Shading. Alright. And also, we get to do cell shading, which is really fun. Really fun. It's kind of similar to what I did in my, my first... Oh yeah, this is the original texture from the thing. We don't want any of that. Get it out of here. Yes, okay. So... Are we being slow today? Oh, my computer's being slow today. How fun. Here we go. So I'm going to add a principal of BSDF. Might change this later. We're going to have to do some texture painting, which is less fun. Ever so slightly less fun than texture. Alright, where the eyes? Oh, the eyes are the same material, that's why you can't see them. We can definitely work on the eyes. That's going to be a new. I'm going to name it, because I'm going to be organized today. I'm going to name it Eyes. Alright, so we can make the base color black, and we're just going to bring down that roughness, because it is going to be shiny. Let's see. Yeah, I can probably also bring that up, so it's... Then I'm going to do a shader to RGB. And it's going to be slow again. But now I can add a color ramp. Yes, we want to be black and white, and we just want to crunch. I mean, absolutely crunch. Actually, why don't we change it to constant? So now it's just always going to be straight black to white. It doesn't have quite that curve to it, you know? Like, it's very, Very rough. Let's see how this looks in the rendered. Well, now we're not seeing anything. Should we... Here's the question. Take a look at some of my reference things. Should we just paint on the reflections, or do we want them to be like dynamic? Do we want them to be able to move and all that? That is the question. Let's see, does it always... I feel like it pretty much always has the same general look in the show. Also, I'm looking at, I feel like the eyes are not round enough. So let's go back to this. Tab and G. Let's just bring these up a little bit. Make him more friendly. He's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah, I think we're at the point where the best thing we can do is move on to texture painting, which is fun. All right. Do I want to break out the drawing tablet for this? That is a question. I could try to do it all with the mouse, but it might not look as good. I guess I can look at the comments right now. Hey, bro. Hey. Hey, AB Studios. Can I talk about lighting in 3D in advanced? Lighting in 3D. It's kind of a vague thing, like just like lighting in general, lighting setups, you know, like a 3-point lighting setup, or like specifically how to get the lighting to look realistic. Like, what do you mean when you say lighting in 3D? Did you hear about Move AI site for motion capture and simulation? I've heard about things like that, where like you upload the video and it'll get the motion capture from that. I know Rococo has a thing like that that I've been wanting to try out for a while. I haven't done it yet. I've got like a whole list of things that like I want to try, I want to play around with. I just haven't done it yet because I've been very busy. Yeah, simulation and motion capture and simulation. So it's like AI simulation stuff. How's that work? And meshy AI. Yeah, I've heard about things like that. I haven't played around with any of those things, but it's on the list. I will get to it eventually, especially the AI motion capture thing, you know, the video motion capture, because that'd be great, because like animation is hard. Animation is hard, especially, you know, you've got Mixamo, which works in certain situations. You've got it's a pretty big library of pre-made stuff, but like you can tell it's kind of like the Wilhelm scream at this point. Like when I see a video that has a Mixamo thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. And I'm guilty of this. I mean, look at it's funny, every time I've used Mixamo in one of my videos, or at least in like a big thing, specifically in like the Batman Beyond or the Flash, apparently I just choose the wrong one. Apparently I cannot be trusted to choose Mixamo animations, because like half the comments are like, this looks so weird, the motion's so janky. I'm like, it looks okay to me. Especially in the Batman one. I can see the complaints with the Flash, because he's very upright and stiff. Yeah, if I'd had more time playing around with, I would have like made him lean forward a bit, make him lean into the run. That'll look good. But yeah, motion capture, that'd be great, because motion capture suits are stinking expensive. And, you know, as a broke college student, I don't have that kind of money lying around. But if you could just upload a video, make them do what you want, and then just clean up the jittery stuff later, that'd be cool. Maybe I'll play around with actual animation a bit. I'm actually one of the projects I'm working on, which maybe I'll show a little sneak peek of later. I can talk. If you guys are nice, I'll show that for my next video. Pretty excited about that. I have no idea when it'll be done, because I'm just trying to work on it off and on, because I've been busy with classes and stuff. But like, I want to like work on it as long as it takes to get it to look good, because I think it's a fun idea. It would have been a funner idea a few weeks ago, not weeks, even months ago, when it was more relevant. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about that later once we get to a better spot with Spider-Man. All right, I think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to try busting out the drawing tablet and drawing on some lines. Because I think this is one of the things that makes the show stand out and look pretty good, is they have a lot of lines, but they're not like relying on, like they're not slapping a grease pencil filter on it, which we will implement. I think we will do that like for the outer outlines, but they're specifically drawing lines on the suit itself. So, like some like with Norman Osborn, like he's got all these wrinkles and stuff. So what they do is they just draw those on, so it's like part of the texture, part of the mesh, so it's always there. And I'd say it looks pretty good. I'd say most of the show, because I know when it came out, people were like losing their minds, like, oh, this looks terrible, because like, it's 3D made to look 2D. And I do think it would look better if it was 2D, because I think 2D's, especially for the style, because like the art style itself, it looks great. No, like it might be the best art style itself. Like if you just look at like the concept art, like just take still frames of it, it might be the best Spider-Man show art style we've had. Because I mean, like, yeah, spectacular, great show. It's got an interesting art style. It also takes a minute to get used to it. Yeah, it's a great show, but like I when I was watching, I'd find myself just be like, okay, but like, what would they look like if they had pupils? Like, what would that be like? Because they randomly have one character, I think it's Hammerhead, who has pupils, but no one else does. It's just they're just colored dots. But yeah, the art direction of the show, absolutely great. The animation, you get used to it. It's not distracting. Or at least it wasn't for me. It's not distracting. Especially like when it's in motion. Like when they're just standing around talking, it's okay. Like, okay, you can definitely tell that this is a CG thing. But especially when they're like moving around, that, like doing action sequences, because the action sequences in the show are really good. It looks really nice. And they do some really cool things with lighting. They really lean into the comic thing. I think especially like in the I don't remember what episode it was. It's the one where he's fighting the like couple, the like villain couple. I think Bonnie and Clyde, maybe they said. And so like one of them's fast, one of them has like laser sword things. But like they, it's in a street at night, and so they have a helicopter come in, is like shining a spotlight on them. So there's a shot, like where Spider-Man's like up on a wall, and the light shines on him, and it looks really great. And I don't get it, because they showed none of the cool dynamic lighting shots in the trailers. Like absolutely, like they chose the flattest, weirdest looking shots to put in the trailer. Like it just was not a great trailer. Because I was, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Like I'm a huge Spider-Man guy, but like I was not excited for the show when I first saw the trailer. Oh, no, I don't want. Yes, all right. I think maybe I'm going to change the view to 80 millimeters just so we can see that a bit more flattering view. Come on, in. All right. Texture paint. This is where we get to the fun part. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I want to move this over. And I think maybe I will add in another reference image. Reference. Let's just... Oh, this one. I think that's a good... It's a good... Yes. You can tell I'm just using... just using screenshots. Because I'm very professional. Alright, let's... Yeah. There we go. That's pretty good. Got an idea of what is. Alright, so the nice thing is we can just keep him kind of white for the base color. I mean, part of it does kind of look like almost like a milky blue, but I think that's just the lighting. So I think we should be... Does the head need to be bigger? I think it does. Wait, should we? I don't think we even needed to add that displace. I think he looks... Alright, let's alright, edit mode. Let's just make sure we are seeing through everything. Alright, how big? Like that, maybe? Again, we'll have to readjust the eyes. I feel like also, sculpt mode, I feel like his chin is not as round. It's more just like defined. So I'm just gonna flatten this. Actually, I want the mirroring to be on. Just flatten. Maybe I should be like this so I can actually see what I'm doing a little better. Just kind of flatten these out. So he's got more of a like defined jawline. Looks a little weird. Did we give him too much of a jawline? I think we did. Too much of a chin. This is not Chad Spider-Man. This is friendly Spider-Man. Alright, flatten you out. How's that? We'll see. I do think, let's see. I think we can probably get rid of the ear things. Down, just going to flatten this in general and kind of the top of his head too. Give it more of a unique silhouette. How does the eyes are still looking good? I think it looks better. We can play around with it, but I think it's looking better. Learned how to use a lot of tools in Fusion. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No, that was my goal. That was my goal with the channel. Because there's tons of stuff for After Effects. But I was like, you can do all the same stuff in Fusion. So I just want to do that. So I appreciate. Great if you make a Patreon. Maybe I will. I've been thinking about it. Might be a fun thing. Patreon or membership, something like that. The problem is, again, I've just been so inconsistent. I don't want to be like, you know, here you pay for special perks, and then I don't end up doing anything. I feel like that wouldn't be fair to you guys. But yeah, I've thought about playing around with something like that. Okay, his chin is looking a little weird to me. Maybe if we just bring it up. That's looking better. The proportions are a bit better. Alright, I think. Oops, sorry. Bring up his. Yeah. Alright, now for sure. This is where we get onto texture painting. And, let's see. Base color. I want this to be, okay. Do I want to do a 4K? Or do I want to do just 2K? You know what? Let's go for it. We're doing 4K. Times 4. Times 4. Boom, look at that. And the color, yes, I want the color to be white. Gonna add that. Boom. Alright. And I'm going to change that to this so we can actually see what we're doing. Alright. So now, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to color pick. We're just going to color pick. I think I like this color better. So now I can just... And my computer's going to die again. It loves to do that. Especially with texture paint, I've noticed. Oh, come on. Play nice. We are frozen. How fun. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let's undo that. And fall off. I want absolutely no fall off. None whatsoever to speak of. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. What's this? Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... No, I don't want it to be... Right. I don't think I'm gonna need this. It's not that useful to me, so I'm going to just selected, just so I can have it over here, so I can have a better idea of what. Yes, we can go back to texture paint. All right, so I think, what do I want? Maybe I want to be looking at this one. Yeah, I think this one's going to give me a better idea for now. Alright, radius. Radius, want to bring that down quite a bit. Quite a bit. Maybe 3. And I also want to make sure I've got some smoothing going on. Is that too much? Maybe. Mayhaps. Maybe a little bit less. Oops. I think I can work with that. Alright, so let's just zoom in here. So there's going to be kind of here. Just going to start out and draw in a little spider. Maybe something like that. Oh wait, no, I don't want strength to be on. I just want it to be a constant. Alright, so I think kind of here. Just going to draw this angle. Yeah, oh, we got it. It's going to be about as this. I don't know how focused on detail we want to get, but we want it to look good. Oh, it's a different weight depending on how far you're zoomed in. That's good to know. Alright, so then it's about here, I think, where it goes out again, and it'll be at the same angle. It'll be about this far. Yes. Is it looking too small? What are we thinking? Is that looking too small? I think so. I think it's looking a little bit small. So we shall just lengthen that thing by a little tiny bit. Oof. Really? I forgot, yeah, be the same. About like that. That looks better. So then you just let this go out a little bit too. Alright, how far down does it go? I think it's gonna go down to like here, kind of as midriff. Okay. And then you're just gonna meet down here. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Alright. Let's try filling that in. Just boom. Alright. My computer's gonna freeze again because, of course. Oh, whoops. I want this to be the same. Oh, you know what, actually. Yeah, I want this to be the same color as everything else. So, I'll just take here. And then, you know what, actually, I feel like I do want to... Why don't I open a new window? You, I want to stay in texture mode. You can be the paint image editor. Yes. Alright, so maybe in here I can do the paint. Yeah, paint mode. Oh, that's better. That's better. Boom. Boom. Alright. So now... I think the arms. I think we're on to the arms. You know what, actually, I think I want to do here, looking at this, is I just want to look at the texture. I don't want to see, not UV editing. We're not editing UVs. We're drawing textures. Alright, so here's the question. How do the arms wrap around to the side? How does that? Right. This is where I think we need another reference image. Nope. Is there a shot of him from behind? Let's see. Okay, I think it looks like it's the same pattern on the front and on the back. Alright, we're gonna treat it like it is. We're gonna treat it like it is. Yeah, okay. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So, oops, I wanna go back to the UV editing. Alright. Not UV editing, texture paint. Why do I always confuse those? They're not even remotely similar. Right, now we get to draw stuff again. How fun. Alright, so this one is gonna come out of here. Nope. I feel like it needs to be a little bit wider. Kind of when it gets here, we can go up and then out again. That's pretty good. And then I want to widen this, so I will just take you. Is that too wide? I think it is. I think it's too wide. Oops. Don't want to go that far. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Yeah, texture painting is one of those steps of the process where it's not like big, dramatic, or exciting, but you know, it's just fun. It's just chill. So then you are going to go with the same angle. Actually, not the same angle. You're going to go kind of out a little bit more. Then you're going to go out. And then you're going to go up. And then probably around here. Nope. I guess from the base. Just gonna go out a little bit. Will this be janky? Yes. But we're not trying to like exactly, we're just trying to get the idea. Just gonna get the idea. Yeah, these are gonna be very, very janky looking arms. But that's okay. That's okay. We're just having fun. We're just chilling. That. And then I think you're actually going to go down. Then you're going to go back up again. Yes. Oops. Nope. I don't want to start from there. I want to start from here. Nope, I don't want to start from there. That's the same place I didn't want to start from the last time. Okay, here. Then you got to go down. Then you're gonna go up here. Oh man, cut off. Alright. Then you're just gonna go like here. Perfect. Beautiful. Now we're at the one that goes down. Looking a little janky, but you know, it's fun. Then you're gonna go down here. And then you're going to go out. And then from here, we can just go here. You're going to stay the same length, but then you're going to go down a bit further. And then... There we go. There we go. Is it exact? No, it's not exact, but it's, I feel like it gets the idea across. Now, oh man, it would have been so nice if I had had it set to go all the way through. So like if I draw a circle here, Does that make it on both sides? So you have a circle here. Okay, it doesn't. Okay. So I don't have to kick myself about, oh man, I could have saved myself so much time. Okay, which one of these do I want to hide so that I can actually see what I'm doing? Alright, that works, that works. Nope, not that, sorry. Alright, the problem is I can't really see it. Flat. There we go, there we go. I am gonna, nope. There we go. And just do the other side. Not, yeah. Alright, so let's just zoom in a little bit. And we're just gonna do that all over again. How exciting. And honestly, no one is gonna see the back, so we're just gonna be a little tiny bit sloppier. Because we do not have all day. We're just gonna move out like that. Up. Then I'm guessing we'll have to connect them again at the top. But we will climb that hill when we get there. Just go out, down, and you're just gonna meet up again in the middle. Boom. Beautiful. Yes. Oops. Okay, so it's not lining up exactly, but again, it's okay. And then we're just gonna have the arm going up here. Yeah. Honestly, the texture painting, like this part, is the biggest step of the process. Okay, I'll just spread you out so we can actually see. Because it's mostly in the texturing. I think what I'll do is, depending on how long this takes, because I'm not gonna spend all day on this, but I'll get the texture painting to a point where it looks pretty good. Then I might slap on pretty basic animation, maybe from Mixamo, who knows. I know they've got some Spider-Man-ish looking stuff on there. Although again, I have proven in the past that I cannot be trusted to choose Mixamo animations, so who knows, but we might be able to make a little scene, a little fun little scene. How's that look? That looks sloppy, but in a fun way. We can pretend it's part of the style we were going for. That's your VFX tip of the day. If it doesn't look great, pretend it is a stylistic choice. Like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's the look I was trying to achieve. Don't question my artistic vision. Alright, let's just, there we go. So to connect these. There we go. Very fun. Alright, we are almost there. Almost there. With the webs, and that got on the other side too. Perfect. And we just got these to connect. Very fun. Very fun. Alright. Now, I think we can fill these in. Alright. Will it work? Okay. We're gonna try something. Will it explode my computer if I try to fill them in this view? It might. It just might. It did. Alright. And that's because they're not connected in this view. Oh man, we're being slow today. We are being very slow. No, I don't want you to... Let's go back to the paintbrush. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these little things, and I'm just going to... Here, why don't I make you a little bigger? I'm going to take these, and I'm just going to fill them in. And hope it doesn't break our model. But I mean, what are the odds of that happening? What could go wrong? Famous last words. Just fill you. And you. And where are you? I'm guessing this will be filled in as well. Now the unfortunate thing is that this isn't, you know, mirrored, so we don't get to have that fun where it automatically does half the work for us. But it's okay, we're just drawing lines. It's not super hard. I think I can draw a semi-straight line. Alright, then down here. Yeah, so my plan for this is I'm going to get the basic lines on first, you know, like the colors of the suit. So I'm going to get this, I'm going to do the lines going down, and then maybe like the belt. Then I'm going to draw on these contour lines. So like draw a line here, here, under his neck especially is going to be like just like filled in all black. And then maybe play around with some grease pencil stuff. I don't have a ton of experience with grease pencil, but I know you can get like some nice outlines. So we'll see where that leads. Almost done with these. Is that the last one? Please be the last one. It is not the last one. Oh well, oh well. Here we go. Just fill it in. Here we go. I think these are all. Everything. Oh no. There's always another one. There's always a bigger fish. Draw and draw. Here we go. Now, don't want to zoom in that much. Now we get to the fun part, where we just get to take the paint bucket, pray the computer doesn't explode, and just go like, yes. All right. Finally. Here we go. Oh yeah. It's all coming together now. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I can already see the vision. Okay, I'm getting a little excited at this point. It's finally starting to... How's that look? Ooh, that looks nice. We got a few little white things, but we can fix that. Just kind of draw over that. So I think for this part, excuse me, stroke. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. Oh, I guess have we not been? Oh yeah, because it's. All right. Take off the stabilized stroke. We can bring up the radius just a few. A few more. Yeah. And now I'm just gonna go and fill in the little parts that got left behind. Just over the transition points. And again, this is not made to be production quality. I'm not making my own Spider-Man show, so we can be fast and loose with this. Just don't want any big, like really distracting gaping holes. Over here, yes there is. And I'm hoping that filled in the other ones because of mirroring. It did! Alright. Oh, this is fun. Look at that. Look at that. It's already coming together. Alright, now we're doing the parts on the sides of the arms. Alright, so how... The question is, where do I have? No, I just got the two. Because So we can take a look at that. So it looks like pretty much the whole underside of the arm up until what point? I guess the whole hand. So we can just look underneath it. Alright, I think maybe at this point we don't want Studio, so we can actually see what we're doing. What if, this might be crazy, I might be crazy, the rumors might be true, but what if we just kind of, let's see, I want stabilize again. Did it add the stabilize? No, it didn't. There we go. So, what if I just went kind of like this? Obviously, we would do it nicer and more, but does that... I feel like that gets the idea that I'm trying to get across. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do. I think that is. So, I want the strength to be, or the radius to be a little bigger. I want it to basically cover the whole thing. Alright, so we'll just... You're just gonna go... Alright, and then over here is where I want to be a little bit more picky with what gets... Actually, alright, so we'll just zoom in. Can we do like this? Yeah, I think we're at the point where we can do orthographic. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm already liking this. I think maybe I'll go back to flat so I can actually see what's going on. Don't freeze. Why are you doing this to me? Blender. So much fun. So much fun. How far down do that? I think that goes down all the way. So we'll do that. We shall do that. Maybe I wanna... Let's make... Oh, that looks better. That looks better. I think once we get down to... I think at this point I want to... How far down does it go? That looks pretty good. Alright, honestly, does it get the whole... I mean, it doesn't get the whole foot. It gets like half the foot, which I feel like works with this setup we've got. So I'm just gonna... I think I want to leave a little bit at the tip, so just kind of go like that. How's that look? How does that look? Ooh, I'm not hating that. I'm not hating that. I like it. I like it. I like it. It is coming together. Yes. Alright. And then if we turn this to flat again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. How's it look from behind? It doesn't really matter because he's not going to be seen from behind. First rule of Scrooge McDuck: work smarter and not harder. Does it not look great from the side? Then don't show it from that side. It's a basic fact of life that will get you far. Alright, so now I want to add these little red things, so yeah. Also, I'm not sure about them putting that little bit of red on the suit. I feel like it contrasts with a lot. But, you know, who cares? I'm not here to critique their design. I'm just here to recreate it. So I'm going to... why don't I just flip these so I can... And then grab that color there. Well, the radius, I want it to be back around maybe... No, let's do 3. There we go. And it's going to be... Alright, let's go back to Metcalf, because I feel like this line right here is a good indicator of where I want this to be. Just put that there. There you go. I'm not sure how... I feel like it should be like this tall. Yes. Like it. I'm liking it already. Then we'll just connect you. Alright. Do those connect on our thing that we can fill them in with the paint tool? Let's see. Let's try it. Let's give it the old college try. Alright, so if I hit fill. Alright. I want you to be the right color. So if I press this. Yes. Alright. Yes. Bless whoever came up with the fill tool. Here's the other one. Great. Oh, that's great. I love it. Now, again, I want you to be flat again. Now is where we get to the really fun part, and we start drawing on the lines. Anything I've missed in the chat? Your video's always on. Oh, thank you, Flying Banana. Looks good. I agree. I think it's coming together pretty nice. I'm kind of surprised. I was a little worried about how this would turn out, but I think it's turning out pretty not terrible. Which, I mean, what else can you ask for, honestly? Do we want to do the gray things? I feel like it looks better without the gray things. You know, like it's a nice clean design. I don't get why you gotta add those gray things. Alright, here's the question. Do we want it to be accurate to the show, or do we want it to just kind of do our own thing and make it look good? I'm specifically wondering about like these little gray things he's got. It's kind of like, I don't even know what they are, like straps maybe? Do we want to go ahead and add them, or do we want to just move on to the lines and keep it kind of clean? Like this. What are we thinking? Yes, I'm planning on using a cell shader for this. Get that kind of, replicate the kind of flat comic book look they have in the show. Artistic freedoms, that's what I'm feeling. And also, it will take much less time, so we can, maybe if we're lucky, we can get this thing animated, rendered, and maybe have some fun in DaVinci before we call it a day. Backdrop. I'll worry about backdrops later. Alright, so now, let us move this over. Now we get to the really fun part, where we just get to draw. We just get to draw on some lines to make it look comic booky. So, stroke. I don't want the stabilized stroke, and I think radius. I want it to be. Maybe I just want it to be 1. Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna try putting on sensitivity for my thing. So if I draw hard. It looks, yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty nice. Yeah, yes, I will. Alright, at this point, I want my thing to be black. Actually, real quick, I think I'm gonna turn the stabilization on because I want to add these lines here, kind of belt line. So, for that, I think I will need, that'll be my stroke, stabilize. And at this point, I want to turn off the sensitivity of both these because I know I just want this to be a solid line. So I'm just going to take you, we're just going to go out a little bit. Then you're going to go down, and then we're just going to meet in the middle. Is that line too thick? I think it is. So I'm going to zoom in a bit more so the line will not be as, I think I'll also turn on, okay, I'm just, nope, not like that. I want to see what I'm doing. I don't know. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna, nice little line here. I think we're a little bit further. We're at the point where we go down. And then you just kind of meet up in the middle. Perfect. Perfect. And we can actually draw a little line here. No, I don't want the lines to be... Here, let's go back to flat so we can get a better view of what we're doing. That's true, because I wonder if I'm going to have to draw outlines around. Alright, so now we're at the, looking at, I'm realizing this needs to be bigger, but we are pulling a miles and we're just going to do our own thing, you know what I'm saying? So, now I don't want the stroke stabilized. We're just going to do what we want. I feel like maybe I want the strength, the radius we can, but I want to be, yes, I like that, and I don't think we want mirroring on. So, what should we draw first? I feel like alright, I want to see the matcap so I can see the lines that I'm going to be situating, so let's see. I think maybe I'll turn on the x-axis so we can just go. Is that too sketchy? It's a little too sketchy. This is comic style, not sketchy style. There's a difference. Way too strong. Way too strong. Maybe somewhere in between. Maybe 10. Then I can just kind of. So I think we're still too strong. Still too strong. We want it to be subtle. Why don't, let's see, it's like, maybe 4? I think that could work. I like it. You know what? I like it. And then I'm going to turn off, oops. I'm going to turn off the x-axis and then just draw a nice little line here. He's got kind of like some shading here, so I'm just gonna, too. There we go. I like that. And we're gonna turn on the x-axis again, and just gonna kind of draw where his, I guess, collarbone is. This is all really trial and error. I like that. Oh yeah, I don't want the x-axis, but I'm just gonna. And right here. I'll fill this in with a bit more detail, but let's see. I think we're also gonna have some kind of things right here, and also on this side. So just yeah, I feel like maybe not using the x-axis for these things will give it more of an organic look. So I feel like that might be covered by grease pencil, but maybe here and here. I'm not loving that one. Oops. Start thick and then go. This is the point where it's just really up to personal taste. Alright. Now I'm gonna take a look at this in flat mode. See how it's coming together. Oh, I'm liking this. This is where it's really gonna start coming together. Where you start seeing the lines that we're adding. Alright. Now the knees are definitely gonna need something. So I'm just gonna, first of all, making sure I'm looking so I know where the knees are. I was not even close. So we're just going to have kind of something here. And then kind of a thicker one. Nope. Actually, I like that. Then similar over here. Just nope. Just kind of something down here. And also, I can remember we can move around. We don't gotta be constrained to the, because you know this is an actual 3D thing, so we should take advantage of the medium. Just kind of here, like that. Maybe some lines kind of accentuate the muscles here. I am not a comic artist, so I don't actually know exactly what things you want to accentuate for it to look, you know, muscular, but I think this is already off to a pretty good start. I am happy with how this is looking. Alright, let's see, up with the arms, you probably want to have something like here. Nope. Let's see, what do you accentuate on the arms? Maybe like here? What do you? Are there any artists in the chat? What do you accentuate on the arms to make them look muscular? I'm out of my league on this one. Anything? So I could try to add kind of a, maybe on the other. Oh yeah, let's draw some things on the other side. Again, he's not gonna have a ton of detail over there, but like, yeah, we can. Let's see, it's not. Does this give any? Oh yeah, you can kind of draw. I guess we can look at what they chose to accentuate. Okay, so there's gonna be maybe up here. Yeah, we've got that. Yeah, I think kind of around here. They kind of just draw a little. Alright, don't want to do anything around his. I mean, obviously I'll have some things at the fingers, but you know, maybe I'll just kind of draw some knuckles. Beautiful knuckles, as you can tell. Just kinda, actually, again, use 3D so you can actually see where the knuckles are. Ah. Not sure what I was doing the whole time. I can just turn on the 3D view and show where you're actually seeing the muscles. Oh, ain't that clever. Oops. Alright. Okay. I think. Alright, now the neck. Now the neck. So at what point do we draw that? Because like the shadow is like kind of built in the models that I've noticed. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw that maybe around like do I wanna, I think at this point I might wanna, where's my thing? There we are. I think at this point I might wanna stabilize my stroke. And then just kinda draw that nice flat line. actually. Looking at this, I think it's going to be kind of more like... It's mostly on the neck, actually. So it'll be kind of, I'm guessing kind of more something like this. Just fill that in. And then just really hope that that's something that we can just like fill in. That, and of course it's not. Of course it isn't. Alright, so then let's just fill this in with black. Oh, that's the little part on the neck, and then the part that's on the, yeah, the part that's on like the underside of Spider-Man. We will connect that as well. Then we can just boom. And then again, let's see. Don't want the stabilized stroke anymore. Bring up the radius a bit. And we can just switch that to flat. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I am liking this. I'm liking this. I don't know about y'all, but I think we are really coming together. So now let us play around with the shading. Right. I'm going to take the color management and switch that to standard so it actually looks good. Now, yeah, I'm looking at this. I think we're going to have to texture paint those as well. So let us go to texture paint. I'm gonna add a new one, base color. You know what we can do 4K, whatever. Alright, so then, yeah, we're just gonna color these in, drawing it manually. I think it's one of those things that, like, when you're doing things in 3D, especially trying to replicate a 2D look, it's easy to get like caught up in like automating everything, like, oh, we could do this and this and this, but like sometimes just doing it manually is the best way to do it. That's just how it be sometimes. Oh wait, we're not actually seeing what we're drawing. We also don't have a UV map. That would explain a little bit. Alright, so I think I'm going to apply that mirror modifier. I don't think we need. So let's just press A. Let's do smart UV project. Perfect, that looks good. That was good. Now we can draw. Are we even? Alright, so why can't I draw in the thing itself? I'm on texture paint. I don't need. Alright, why is it letting me do that? But it's not letting me. Alright, what's going on? What is going on? Any clue what's going on, people who are more experienced than me in Blender? Because this is being weird. It's not letting me draw in there. It lets me draw in here, but it won't let me draw in there. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it needs to be a screen? No? No, that's not the problem. Does it work better if I do it with the brush? Or with the hand? No, it's not. That's not the issue. Am I gonna have to... Okay, why is this being weird? What is going on, y'all? Generally stay out of texture painter. That's smart. I still barely like it. It's really useful. You can do a lot of cool stuff in it, but I fear it. I don't understand it. I fear it. Alright, because I could feel like I should just be able to go whoop, but it doesn't seem to actually add it. Oh wait, am I in? No, I am. I'm in texture paint. I'm in paint. I've got the right thing selected. It'll draw in there, it just won't draw in here, which feels counterintuitive. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is going on? Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to draw in here, which might make it look a little jankier, but what's the point of life without a little jank, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's just draw you here, and actually, why don't I put the radius on this so I can... That is so bizarre. That's so bizarre that it's not being nice. Because I prefer it when it is nice. Alright, what is going on? What's being... Any clues? Any clues? Alright. Whatever. We are flexible. Did it work out like we expected? No, but we won't let a little thing like that stop us. It still looks alright. Oops, I don't want to go to camera view. I want to just look at this. And then I just do the same thing, but over here. It'd be really nice if I had that mirror, but hey, who cares? We're having fun. Alright, then we're just going to... Is it perfect? No, but I think it gets the idea across, which is all we need. That's all we need. Like we said, it's not going to be production ready. It's just going to be, we're just having fun. We're just having fun. Alright. So now, I think, you know what, let's do the texture painting. So, I actually need a principle. I'm just going to do a diffuse. When you ever use that. Then, I'm going to add a shader to RGB. And then, a color ramp. And like I said, I want this to be constant. It's really... No, I don't want the alpha, I want the color going into it. one of the really smart things they do with this show is that they typically only light their, like when they have heavy lighting and stuff like this, they typically tend to only do it for backlighting. Like they keep it subtle. I feel like what we need to do is give this a bit of normal, because they also have it be kind of rough, kind of wavy. So I'm gonna hit Shift A, and what I want a noise. Ow, knocked over my thing. I want a noise texture. And what if I just plug that into the normal? What happens? Nothing. Bring down the row. No, because we want a bump. That'll go into the height. Now, this has a normal. Not sure why it looks so pixely. Do I need to shade this smooth? But the important thing is just what it looks like for our shadows. So, obviously, this is way too strong, because we only want this to be affecting our shadow edge. That's a little too much. Maybe if I bring down the D10. I feel like it's, honestly, I feel like we don't even need it. I feel like it looks good without it. So then, let's add a mix. Don't want this to be in A. I feel like I want this to be in B. So then, I can plug our color into the A. If we look at that, well, it looks like you've got some shading. Now I want this to be multiply. Think about it. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Or what if we had it be the factor? So then you could give it any kind of color lighting you want, but I think we want to switch that. Nope, that's not right. It's not right. Not right. Right. No, I think we want it to be the factor. I like being able to change the color, but why don't we just invert it? Invert. Come on, there we go. So now it'll always have that color, but you know, if it's more of a night scene, I kind of like that. You know, let's give it kind of like that nice blue. But if you want to play around with the thing, we just make that a little bit more of a lighter. Oh, I like that. I like that. Actually, am I crazy? I think I want it to be a lot more subtle. A lot more subtle. I don't want to see it as much. I want it to get, because it's mostly, they don't lean too hard into it, which I think is a strength. I think they keep it mostly flat lighting wise. I think having this little bit will be nice, but I don't think we need to lean on it, like rely on it exclusively. Alright, so now I think we can turn off our reference things. I'm liking that. That looks really nice. That looks really nice. So, now, what I'm going to do is look through the camera. I'm going to lock the camera to the view, and we're just going to move that. So yeah, nice scene. Then, I don't want that anymore. We are going to add a grease pencil. Don't scene line art or collection. You know what, I'll just add a blank. We don't need, okay, this is where we get to the point where we're in grease pencil, and I don't want our line art. Is that what I'm looking for? Material, flat, okay. There we go. Now, we're adding the outlines to it. So obviously I don't want that outline to be too thick. Now the edge type, do I want it to be contour, silhouette, or individual silhouette? Definitely not individual. What's contour? The problem is it's giving us these. Intersections. No. Edge marks? No. Loops. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. I think it's giving us. That's better. So now we've got. Oops. The thing about the grease pencil is it's through the camera, so we pretty much always want this to be. Alright, here's the tricky thing. I don't want these to cast a shadow, or not cast a shadow. I want these to, I don't want these to create lines. But I do want, like this. I want this. Allow, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, that's better. So like here it'll be, you know, I feel like we can live with that. Because if we just do, you definitely don't just want, so, oh wait, it's doing the thing around the eyes again. Which we don't want. We don't want that around the eyes. Let's see. Let's see. Like I said, don't play around with this a ton. I think, you know what, I think for now we can be happy for this. With what, you know, with what, because I don't want to be streaming too much longer. I got things I want to do, but I still want to get this at least animated and thrown into a rough scene, just so we can at least have something. I want this to be one of those streams where, like, you know, they keep working on things, but they don't do anything. They don't do anything. I don't want this to be like that. So, I want to unlock that. I also have if I get closer to it. So, we want to rig this. I'll turn off the grease pencil so we can see it. We want to rig this. So, I feel like the easiest thing to do is, let's see. If I do Mixamo, I can get a pre-made animation, so I don't have to worry about that. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to, first of all, I want to save it. Ah, I've not given this a name. Isn't that fun? So, we will call this Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Test 1. Save that file. It has been saved. Huzzah. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh yeah, let me make sure I name my material. Alright, body material, and then we've already got the eyes. Alright, so I'm going to select both of these, we'll file, export it as, I think, what works best? I think OBJ usually works best for Mixamo. So, yep, I can export that. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna set, because I've got the stream set up where it's only showing Blender, so like if I go to another tab, it's not showing that. I know this makes for a great watching experience. I'm gonna very quickly just throw this thing into Mixamo. Won't take but a second. We'll be fast. We'll be very fast. So I'm just gonna upload a character. While I'm doing this, so you're not just standing there. You who have seen Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, what do you think? What are we thinking? We like it? Do we not? I think the general consensus has been pretty positive, but be interested to hear what you guys think of it. I thought it was great. I think it's one of those things that, like, I was never one of those people who hated MCU Spider-Man. Like, I always thought he was good. I really liked Tom Holland as Spider-Man. But watching this show, I'm like, I get it. I get the criticism at it. Because, like, this is what MCU Spider-Man should have been from the start. This is what it should have been. Excuse me. Almost done here in Mixamo. I will be right at it. It's doing the thing where it's kind of spinning around. Perfect. Alright, next. I'm just gonna find... Alright, they've got a superhero section. Do I want to spin? Alright. I could do the stereotypical, you know, he swings in and just kind of lands there. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. Something nice, something simple. We're gonna download this as I want that 24 frames per second. Thanks. Download. Alright. Here we go. Alright. So I'm just going to drag this into our scene. Is it going to work? No, it's not. Because of course. Let's try that again. Here we go. Is it tiny? It is tiny. Yeah, so we will just take you and just drag you over here. Alright, so we're going to hide our original and we're going to hide our plane. I don't want to see the armature. So on you, I shall give the body material. Then I'm going to give the eyes, surprise, surprise, the eyes material. Sweet. So now we've got he's swinging in. Nice. Simple, but I think it'll get the job done. Alright, so now here's what I'm going to do is let's set up the camera. Set up just a nice little basic Spider-Man scene. Okay, the biggest question for me is the let's see if I turn the grease pencil. How's that look? Is it got weird seam lines? I guess that's just from a distance. We will. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change it to rendered mode. Oh, hello. I thought we changed the color management. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's because we don't have a light. So let's do that. Let us add Shift A, and I think a sun in this case will work pretty well. Definitely don't want ray tracing. Alright. There we go. What do we want? I think a backlight would look pretty good for the scene. So I'm going to go back to the shading tab. Gonna look at you from the camera. And I think I want this to be a little stronger, you know? again, just kind of look at what we get from the thing. And what color do we want the shadows to be? We could have it be kind of a, you know what, I like that, go for kind of a bluish. Again, we can decide how heavy we want that shadow to be. I like that. I like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, we can. Here's what we can do. We'll do this, then we'll duplicate that, and then we'll do another one over here, so we get more of a kind of complete looking shadow. All right, looking at our grease pencil again. It's not loving it. Trying to figure out, do we want contour? Here's the thing, contour gives us all of these lines, which are nice, but it gives us lines around the eyes, which we don't want. We don't want eyes. What if we take the eyes, armature, and what if we just take it out of the collection? No, I don't want it in the collection. Okay, let's bring this. All right, let's make a new collection. Does that collection move it before? We will take these and we'll move it into that. So now, why are we still getting? Is it still in the collection? Alright, why art thou being weird? And that deleted it for all of it. Yes, it did. Alright, no, I think now we got it. Now there's no unwanted thing. Looking at it, I don't think we want the grease pencil to be as thick as it is. So maybe let's have that line thickness be a... that's not thick enough. Maybe 2... Maybe. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. Definitely not so intersections. Yeah, we don't want intersections, but we can have, you know, like here, we want there to be. Alright. Play around with this. It's not really doing much. Edge marks. Loose. Okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Pretty nice for what we're trying to do today. No, just up and like that. And look at that. It looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, the hands look a little weird. It's because we've got all these. Do we need both sides? I like the nice edge like it is, but the hands look a little weird. Let me just play around with where we want it, because again, we want it to be subtle. We don't want to make it look too 3D, which is one of the things that the show did really well. If it doesn't look 3D, it makes it look more 2D. Maybe like from here. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. So now, okay. Now the question is the scene. What do we want to do for the scene? The backdrop. Okay, we need kind of a... I mean, we could just have him, you know, doing it on white void, but that's not exciting. That doesn't look good. So... Here we go. Here we go. We'll position the camera. So we'll position the camera so that you don't see the ground. That way, we can just have him like swinging up against the moon or something like that. There, what I say. Yeah, work smarter, not harder. So, what do we think? You think this angle works for a nice... And maybe something like that. Something like here. Again, we want to be looking up so we don't have to worry about the ground or anything like that. Like here. And now that I look at that, we can go there. But I feel like we want a little more of that. But does that lean into the 3D a little too much? That is the question. Alright, I think a little less. I think I can live with this. I don't know about you guys, but I think this looks pretty not terrible. I think I've got a solid job at recreating the look. Yes. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do with this part. We are going to render it. Let's see. It's 45 frames. That will be 45. I want the background to be transparent. Yes. Alright. Then we'll throw together a nice little background and composite it in DaVinci. Alright, so I want to give this... You know what I'll just make a new friendly neighborhood. I keep knocking over this thing. Anywho, friendly neighborhood, Spider-Man, just render 1. I always put 1 or 2 at the end of those things just so like, oh no, I don't want it here. Alright, in Blender stuff, here we go. Friendly neighborhood, oh man. Yeah, I always put 1 or 2 at the end of my thing because I have no idea if I want to do something with this idea later. Alright, PNG, yeah, that's fine. Alright, end 45. Don't want to accidentally mess up my camera. Look at that. And since we're doing this in Eevee, I think it should be pretty quick to render. So let's just render that animation. Oh, wait, yep. Every time, it always happens. So I'm going to stop that render. Because I forgot to hide all the things that were supposed to be hidden. Don't you absolutely love when that happens? The struggle is real. Alright, let's try this one last time. There we go. I think that looks pretty nice. I think we have done some pretty cool work today. We're in the home stretch. We might actually finish this thing in not a stupid crazy amount of time. We're about to get to my favorite part, which is compositing. This is where the real magic starts to happen. Again, I don't know how intense the compositing is going to be for this, but we'll see. We shall see. What do you think? How do we feel this looks? I feel like, what's the point of life? I'm not actually talking with the chat. So I'm just going to here. About halfway through the render. It's pretty good. Almost. Do we finish? Oh, not quite. Chugging along. Like I said, it's a fast render. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a Almost there, almost there. So close. We are so close. Oh, 5 frames to go. That was kind of my big hesitation about doing something Blender on a live stream. It's just because rendering takes forever. But, you know, if it's a stylized thing, if you can get away with doing Eevee, you can actually get a very fast render. And it's a short little. There we go. There we go. We've got it. All right. Now, we get to jump into my favorite part. We get to hop into DaVinci Resolve. Oh, hello. What the heck? Okay, let's just... That was weird. That was weird. Alright. Does it look alright on the stream's end? I think so. I think that should fix it. Yeah, okay. It is, in fact, fixed. Perfect. Alright, so now we get to composite this. So I'm just going to take my render, plop that into our timeline. It's only 45, so I guess I can actually trim the fusion comp to be only 45 frames because we don't need all those other frames. Alright, now that looks nice. That looks nice. It's a little... feels like it's running a little slow, kind of like slow motion. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a stop motion node, and I'm going to bring that to 2 so we get that kind of jittery... Yeah, looking at this, I think it's running like in kind of slow. So what I'm gonna do, like it's smooth, but like it's almost slow motion. We want this to be kind of kinetic, kind of fast. So I'm going to add a, let's see, time speed? Yeah, time speed node. I'm gonna set the speed to 2. Let's see how that looks. Then what I'll do is, because it stops there, add another time speed. I'll set the speed to 0, and I'll set the delay to 45. Nope. Nearest. Nope. 44. There we go. Then I'll just put this on top of that so that when it stops, it will look like that. I'll also add a brightness count. This is a really janky way to do it, but janky is... If you're not doing it janky, what's the point, you know? If it looks good and it's janky, it's not really janky. Alright, looking at this, I feel like maybe we should have added some lines on this, because it looks like he's got kind of a big mouth, because like here, this angle looks really nice. But when we're looking at it from that kind of down angle, it doesn't look as nice. But it's okay. It's okay, this is a learning experience. Hey, PJ's here, he finally made it! What is up? We are playing around with recreating some Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man stuff. So we just got this render out of Blender, drew all the textures and all that. So now we're gonna throw a little bit of a quick composite. Alright, so I feel like the vibe I'm going for this, I'm going to try to recreate kind of like the Daredevil episode when they're like fighting on the helicopter with the moon in the background. So let's see. So let's see if I can find a reference image. Daredevil. Yeah, so kind of like... bring that in. There we go. So I'm going for kind of like this vibe. So you got the moon and the stars, and then, but with him kind of swinging in. Because I didn't want to have to model or draw a background, like a city or a rooftop. So we'll just, so actually, let me bring up 2 viewers. So I'm just going to kind of use this as a template. So I'm going to bring down a fast noise, make my stars. The color, I'm going to change to gradient. Then, let's see, the black, I'm just going to color pick nice blue, and the white will be white. Just crush these down. There we go. Then, see, I'm going to bring up the scale. Something, let's see, maybe 100. The brightness, I want to bring way down. And now we've got a starry sky. Alright, now the moon. What do I want to do for the moon? I could draw a moon. I could take their moon and just kind of paint them out of it. You know what, we will draw this, we will recreate this. Get you your money's worth, so take this, draw a circle around it, got a moon. So I want to change the type to a gradient. We can get, well, this be radial, because there's a little bit of a gradient in the original. So I will take the black point, I'll take that, right, pretty much white, it's pretty much white. I'll take this and give it more of that creamy color. Maybe I feel like I want it to be more. Yes. Alright. This is going to be a little janky, but I think I'm just going to use the paint node to just draw on the rest of the details. Yeah. If I were doing this, you know, for like an actual show, you know, I want it to be, I would probably draw this in an actual drawing program. But for what we're wanting to do, I think we can get away with just using the paint node. So, paint. How big do I want this brush to be? Pretty small, pretty small. Yeah, I feel like that's good. I want it to be black. Alright, and then I'm just gonna really roughly. Is that a good? Yeah, it's good. Like that. Just kinda really, doesn't have to be perfect. Not going for perfection. Like I said earlier in the stream, if it looks janky, claim it is artistic style. That's what I was going for. I wanted it to look weird. Oh, it's pressure sensitive. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, I'm just learning new keyboard shortcuts while trying to find the one I actually want to use. I'm gonna do the craters you can see first. And then I'll do kind of the like striking one. It's a cool looking moon they got there. Gets my seal of approval for moons. It's kind of nice. Streaky for the craters. We got a little streaky. Yeah, just some kind of dots. Yeah, got a little crater. I think we want another crater here. How does this look? It looks passable. It looks passable. Which, you know, what more can you ask for, really? You know what? I forgot to make those extend, so, you know, I'm just going to add another time speed. I'll set the speed to 0 so that it doesn't lose what we've done. So I'm going to transform. I'm going to throw my guy on top of that. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Oh, and the colors we chose matches pretty well with the scene, which is great. Oh no, I think I want, this is the one I want to be looking at. So I'm just going to arrange everything in a way that makes sense. Ignore my very messy node tree. Alright, I'm going to bring him over here, get the size a bit. Oof. We're running slow. Why don't we turn on some auto proxy? Because I feel like we want him to be we just barely want to miss the fact that he's not actually on the ground. Alright, and this, where do I want to put it? I want to put it kind of higher up so it's not exactly is in the way. Also, I like that they have this kind of soft glow. Yeah, I want to add a soft glow. Definitely not that much. Definitely want to bring up the threshold. Bring down the gain a lot, because this is already really bright. It's already a really bright moon, so we want to bring down the gain. Bring up the glow size. What's the problem? You're not getting the glow. You're kind of losing the lines. I guess what we could do is we could add a luma keyer. Like this. Invert that. But make sure I'm also using this as a mask. And, you know, I just want the lines. I just want the lines. And I'll just add that on top of my glow. Again, is it a janky way of doing it? Absolutely. But, you know, it works. I'm looking at this. The line width. Line width is not the same. They actually have their line width much stronger than mine. Which, if I were doing this, you know, actually, like for real, I would go into Blender and just do another render with it, with a bigger line width. But I don't really want to wait for another render, since I'm probably going to wrap up the stream pretty soon. So, we're going to do this in my patented janky way. So again, I'm going to add a luma keyer, because I only want to be doing this to the dark parts. Again. Alright. There. Just get the dark stuff. Make sure that also works as we extend back. Yep. Yep, looks good. Then, here's what we're gonna do. Where'd we go? Oh, that's because I'm not looking at it. We are going to erode that, but we're actually gonna dilate it. Alright, let's crunch these in so we're actually getting some nice clean. Just reel down. Like I don't want anything that's not black. Here, what's this? Yeah, invert. And I'm just like anything that's not like I don't even want the blue stuff. Like I just want the black. Oh no, we're getting blue. We're getting blue. Again, this is a very janky way of doing this. I would not normally want to do it this way, but for the sake of not... Alright, then we're just gonna bring that into a black background. Oh, it's not plugging in. There we go. And we'll just merge that. I think that looks a little better. Dang it. Whoops. Again, not a perfect fix, but I think it definitely adds a little bit. Makes them stand out, gives them that comic look. Alright. So looking at the reference image. Where did I put my reference image? I've lost it. Oh, here it is. They've got kind of a yellow. But, so I wonder if I... The problem is I don't want to get his eyes. I want his eyes to look... Ooh, web. We don't have a web. So, how do we want to do the web? I'm thinking we might do this paint node again. We'll do, throw in some actual frame-by-frame animation, just for fun. Because a lot of the effects, I mean, the webs were 3D in the show, but a lot of the effects they would do hand-drawn as 2D. So, I think we'll do that again. We will grab ourselves another paint node. Alright, so that's going to be over here where we want to see this. I'm trying to remember. I don't use the paint node a ton, so I'm trying to remember if it's one of those that you can just use on its own, or if you need a background. You need a background. Excellent. Let's look at that. And then, how big do I want it to be? Well, as I've learned, I can hold. Alright, I don't want it to be soft. I want it to be hard. And then also... It's funny, I couldn't do it when I wanted to, but now I... So just like right there. I want the stroke duration to be... Sorry, I want that to be 2. We're in the home stretch. We're in the home stretch. So I'm just gonna... Oh, wait. We need us a stop motion after this. Did they miss that? And I'll have it go under his hands. I'm just doing it on top so we can... There's let go, so we want to kind of... Maybe blow away in the wind, just kind of going. I'm not an animator by any means. We're just gonna kind of, yeah, just kind of drift away. Alright. Let's see how this looks. Might look really weird. Might look not weird. Leaning toward weird, but it's okay. It's okay. And that is on 2. Frame rate's kind of... let me just look at this just so we can have some smooth playback. Alright. Oh yeah, and I want this to be behind him. It's a little janky, a little weird, but I think I'd say I'm fairly satisfied with what we were able to get done. Yeah. I don't know if there's a ton more compositing wise, because the show isn't super reliant on compositing. Again, because it's a 2D. It's made to look like a 2D, like a comic book. So you're not gonna have a ton of new stuff in that. Let that render. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how heavy this should be. Shouldn't take too long to render. Yeah, I think we've done some pretty good work today. How long did it take me to learn all this stuff in Resolve? It's kind of a process, like it wasn't a one-time thing. Over a couple months. It was kind of in the pandemic that I started doing it. So I would watch, because at that time there weren't a ton of Fusion tutorials. So like I watched a couple to learn like how to do stuff, like what buttons to press and all that, keyboard shortcuts. And then I started watching After Effects tutorials. I was like, hey, this uses a lot of the same. You can do that in DaVinci. And so I would just kind of watch a bunch of After Effects tutorials and recreate those in Fusion, which I think was a really good thing for me because it taught me to think of it in terms of like what steps you're taking instead of like what buttons you're pressing. So instead of, okay, I need to press this button and add a blur node, then I need to press this button and add a transform to move it. Instead of think about it in terms of buttons and just following along with the tutorials, it helped me to think about it in terms of like the theory, what you do. Like, okay, at this point I need to blur it and then I need to move it. So find out how to do that. So it helped me learn Fusion well, and then just in general, it helped me learn some good, just like in general VFX theory, I guess. So that's how I got to where I'm at in Resolve. Now I'm starting to dive more into Blender, and that's a whole new can of worms, because there's a million things you can learn in Blender. There's a million things you can do. Again, I'm mostly focused on like 3D stuff to composite, like make look realistic and composite on footage, because the compositing is still my favorite part of the process. If I got a job in the industry, I think I'd want to go into compositing, not because I don't love animation. It's fine, it's fun, but like when I get to composite animations and stuff, like that's where it comes together. All right, so now we've gotten this to a point where we can actually see it. So let's just, please don't be slow. Of course it's gonna be slow. Of course it's gonna be slow. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to set my in point and my out point. We can just be going through that. That is speedy. Very speedy. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have messed with the time speed. You know what? I'm gonna... Yeah, maybe we should just take... You know, just take the original. There. Now the web's animation is gonna get thrown off. So here's what we can do in a really janky way. I can add a time speed. And I'll set the speed to 0.5. Now is it gonna do the blur thing? Yeah, it won't nearest. Yeah, unfortunately it's gonna be a little choppy, but I think it'll be okay. We can see how it looks. Have I looked into Nuke for compositing? I've thought about it. I think it's one of those things that like I'm glad I started in Fusion because it's free. I mean that's the real reason. That's how I got into all of this, because it's free. Because I'm not swimming in it. But I think because I started in Fusion, it would make it easier for me to learn Nuke, because my mind, like, I just think in nodes. Like, that's how I work, so I know how to. I mean, I haven't tried Nuke. I haven't gotten it. I want to, maybe one of these days. But yeah, I haven't taken. I know you can do a lot of similar stuff. I mean, Nuke is the industry standard. Nuke and Fusion, they're both node-based compositors, as opposed to After Effects, which is more with layers. And nodes are just a really efficient way to work, especially in this. So yeah, I've thought about it. I know Nuke has a student license, but I haven't investigated it enough, because for what I'm doing right now, I think Fusion suits me well for the videos I'm wanting to make. And yeah, Nuke has a free version. Okay, that's good to know. I know I'm gonna butcher his name, like Alfie Vaughn, I think is how you pronounce it. He did a video comparing Nuke to Fusion. That was pretty good. He's a really good. He's one of the better VFX YouTubers, I'd say. Really professional looking stuff. But he did a video comparing Nuke and Fusion. Now, he wasn't super experienced in Fusion, so that kind of biased his decision. But yeah, and honestly, I think especially when like you're learning things, there's a big focus on what software is best, like what software, especially like 3D stuff. You know, like, oh, do you use Blender? Should you use Houdini? Should you use Cinema 4D? Like all those, like, or Maya. Like, at the end of the day, the best tool is the one that you can make the best work in. Like, for now, I can make better stuff in Fusion than I can in After Effects. You know, just because I've played around with After Effects, and yeah, it has different advantages and disadvantages. But just I'm at the point in Fusion where I can make better stuff than I could in After Effects. That doesn't necessarily mean Fusion is objectively better than After Effects. I know in the Resolve community we seem to have like this beef with Adobe, and I've done things like that. I've used it in some of my thumbnails, but like it's one of those things that, like, at the end of the day, it's different tools for different things. If you can make something great in After Effects but Fusion is too much, then use After Effects. I mean, Adobe's subscription services, that's a whole nother thing. I've heard that's a nightmare to get out of. But yeah, Fusion is a great place, great gateway thing to VFX for me, because it's Node, so it's a more professional thing, but it's free, it's accessible if you can get your mind around it. All right, this is what we got for the final shot. I really like this. I think we set out what I wanted to get done. Again, you could obviously have a more dynamic environment, background, more complex animation, but in trying to recreate the look of the show, I think this is pretty darn close. I think it's pretty. Again, I'm thinking especially on the chin, the face shape, we could add more lines to make that more defined. I think maybe the lines could be a bit more pronounced, because like right now it's not fooling anyone. You know, like it's you can tell it's a 3D model. But in terms of recreating the look of the show, I think it's not bad. I am not upset with that. Not upset. All right, I'm almost done to finish. I know I teased you guys with what I'm working on next, so I'm gonna pick that up real quick. Give you a little tease. Again, I have no idea when this would be ready to come out. I'm playing around with it because, again, like I said, with the Flash video, I was really focused on like getting it out as soon as I could during finals week, which was not my smartest decision. But it's one of those things that I think now my philosophy, I want to take the time on my videos so that they can be the best possible video that they can. I mean, I gotta let it render. So yeah, so basically my idea for this video, this next video, is so I'm trying to think, because, you know, I had these last 2 videos do really well, like out of nowhere. Like, my views have been like steadily doing well, like the animation videos did pretty well. But then I did this MODOK video, which I'd been, you know, it'd been knocking around my brain for a couple months, because, you know, I've had these strong thoughts about MODOK, because everyone, when they saw Ant-Man, I was like, oh, the CGI is terrible. But I've always been like, the CGI on MODOK is not terrible, because it like the CGI quality itself looks great. Like, it looks like a real person. Like, it looks like they just took a video of his face and stretched it out. But they didn't. Like, that's fully CGI, which means I think the CGI looks great. But I'm just repeating myself if you've seen the video. But I wanted to try and see if a more comic accurate design would look better. So I made that video, and it popped. Like, it did so much better than I could have anticipated. Like, it passed 1 million views, which is absolutely crazy. I did not think I would get there in my YouTube career. But, you know, something does well, your first thought has got to be, okay, how can I capitalize on this? You know, it would be dumb not to try and do a similar thing. So I was trying to think of another video that, you know, another movie that I could, you know, fix the VFX in. Because the real problem with that is I don't want to come off as, like, arrogant. I don't want to come off as like, oh, I'm better than these studios. I'm better than the VFX artists who worked on these movies. Because I'm not. Like, they have tons of... They have really talented people. More talented than me. More experienced than me. It's just they're working in really bad conditions. I mean, it's well documented. The VFX industry is... It's a cold one. It's a cold one. I'm setting myself up for success in life. But yeah, I wanted to stress that it's not their fault. It's not the CGI that's bad. And I think I did that with the MODOK video. I didn't do it as well with the Flash video. Honestly, full disclosure, one of the biggest reason I made the Flash video was to push the MODOK video over 1 million. I wanted to keep it in the algorithm. So that's the biggest reason, my biggest motive for making the Flash video. I still think the Flash video is okay. I still think it's a fun video. I think I made some good... I like the tutorial, like the video itself, but then everyone was like, the final product was like, it was not the best I could have done. I've been playing around with maybe fixing it, maybe making him lean forward a bit more. I don't know how that would do, but yeah, like, I don't want to become the VFX fixing guy, because that's not the vibe I want to give off. I don't want to be that arrogant guy, but I still want to do stuff like this, because I mean, there's clearly an audience for it. Shrek. That's very insightful. Maybe I could fix the VFX of Shrek. No. But I'm trying to think of, you know, ways that I can do it, because I like doing this. I like making that type of video. It's a fun one to make, where I just kind of go over an overview of what I did. It's fun, because like, it feels like the tutorials are great. I love doing the tutorials, and I'm going to keep making tutorials. But I do want to mix it in with other stuff, because it does feel like I'm holding myself back, because I have to make sure it's explainable and make sure it's like it can be replicated. Whereas this, I kind of just get to go loose and just kind of do stuff, and then you know, explain my overall process. And again, since the views are showing that there's interest in that, I definitely want to keep going down that. But I'm trying to think, because like, I don't want to, again, just fix all the things. I don't want to fix the VFX, because again, that's not the image I want to put off. But so I was trying to think, and so when Sonic 3 came out, I was like, all right, this would be a good time to do something. So I'm gonna switch over. You can see a little sneak peek, I can speak, of what I want my next thing to be. So the hook for this idea is basically, what if they kept the ugly Sonic design for Sonic 3? So you've got, you know, the original Shadow in all his glory, and then this is the ugly Sonic version. I found a 3D model for that on, I think, Sketchfab, and then kind of roughly animated him. I'm actually using cycles renders. I'm using overnight renders, giving it time to render. So I've got a whole scene planned out. X. So I've got this one's not going to need anything. I'm going to animate him stepping up, and then I'm going to animate all of them. He's going to be Ugly Sonic. I think I'm going to use the meme Knuckles for him, the Do You Know the Way one. And then Tails, I'm not 100% sure. I might use the stuffed fox. I just have him there. But yeah, that's what I'm working on for my next video, but it's been slow going. I've been working on it off and on for a while. So, again, it would have been a great video to come out once Sonic 3 was relevant. Who knows? Who knows how it'll do now that it's several months, like I'm choosing the worst possible time. But yeah, like I'm still a ways off. Like I've got this shot, I'd say, pretty done. But I've still got 3 other shots I want to do. And so it's not quite at the level where it's ready, which is why I want to do this live. I might do another one pretty soon. Try to get in the habit of doing that so I can do it more frequently. But yeah, that's a little tease, a little taste of what I'm working on next. I think it turned out pretty good. Again, the facial animation, it's all hand animated. I'm not an animator. I don't have a ton. I like how his eyes turned out. I gave him some, like, they're twitching around looking. Mouth animations, so, but I think it's a fun idea. It's got the thing, the hook. What if they kept the Ugly Sonic design for all 3 movies? I think that'd be a fun little what if. So that's what I'm gonna be working on next. Again, no clue when that's gonna come out. Well, your guess is as good as mine, because again, I just want to work on it until it looks good. I don't want to rush it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, and I think this might be time to call it a day. I think we've done some pretty good work. I'll probably post the result of this to the either, I don't know, maybe as an unlisted video or as a short or something, because it always irks me when, like, they do lives and then they just never show the final result. That's no fun, I want to see what it looks like. But yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in. This has been really fun. Again, hopefully, things have been really busy lately, but hopefully I'm gonna start streaming more regularly. Could be fun. Yeah, thanks for everyone for tuning in, and yeah, see ya.